Terror of Mechagodzilla. We now come to the final film of the Showa series. When I first owned Terror of Mechagodzilla, it came in a 3-pack of Godzilla films, which included this one, Godzilla King of the Monsters, the 1956 version with Raymond Burr, and the original Godzilla vs. Mothra. I thought this was just a retitle of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Come to find out that this is actually a direct sequel. This movie also had 2 alternate titles, including Mechagodzilla's Counterattack and Terror of Godzilla, even though Mechagodzilla is clearly the bad guy. So anyway, the space apes have rebuilt Mechagodzilla to become stronger than ever. They also team up with a scientist and his own monster called Titanosaurus, a cool-looking monster with a very annoying cackle. Titanosaurus has a very cool ability, using his tail to cause windstorms that destroy cities. Godzilla makes his first appearance at the 45-minute mark, and he makes one of his coolest entrances to date. Now the stakes are much higher because Godzilla's up against not 1 but 2 monsters and has no allies. With the roles being switched from the last film, instead of Godzilla having an ally, it's Mechagodzilla having an ally. There's this really funny scene where Titanosaurus lifts Godzilla's entire body off of the ground using only his mouth. Godzilla manages to rip Mechagodzilla's head off like he did in the last movie, except this time Mechagodzilla can still fight. After a long battle, Godzilla manages to defeat both Mechagodzilla and Titanosaurus before returning to the ocean for a long rest. But don't worry, he'll be back in another 9 years for the Heisei series. This was definitely a proper send-off for the Showa era, and overall, I give this movie a 7 out of 10.